Sometimes in life we keep saying, I'll start tomorrow. We keep telling ourselves, there's still time. What's the rush? But what we don't realize is that these small delays slowly steal our dreams. Every time we say later, a tiny part of our future fades away, quietly, without noise. And by the time we finally wake up, the time we needed is already gone. In today's world, we are surrounded by distractions, phones buzzing, endless scrolling, and notifications that never stop. We have more clocks around us than ever before, yet we've forgotten what time really means. Because time isn't just what ticks on a clock. Time is life itself. Your dreams, your future, your destiny. Those who value time rise above everything, and those who waste it burn in the fire of regret. So if you too have been delaying your goals, if you've been telling yourself, I'll start soon, then listen to this story carefully. It's not just a story, it's a warning. Once upon a time, in a quiet town surrounded by green fields, lived a young man named Rohan. Rohan had big dreams. He wanted to become a designer, travel the world, and make his parents proud. But there was one problem. He always delayed everything. When his mother told him to study, he would say, "Ma, let me finish this show first." When his father asked him to help in the shop, he would reply, "Later, Papa, I'll do it in the evening." When his friends invited him to learn new skills, he would say, "Next month for sure." Days passed, then months, then years. And while his friends moved ahead, starting businesses, getting jobs, fulfilling dreams, Rohan stayed where he was, dreaming big, but doing nothing. His room was always messy, his notebooks were half filled, and his mind was full of excuses. Whenever someone tried to advise him, he would smile and say, "Relax, I'm still young. I have time." But what he didn't realize was that time was quietly walking away. One afternoon, Rohan was sitting lazily near the town square, watching people hurry to their work. That's when he noticed an old man sitting under a large banyan tree, carefully polishing small wooden toys. His hands were wrinkled, his back slightly bent. Yet his eyes were calm and peaceful. Curious, Rohan walked toward him. "Old man," he said, "why are you still working at this age? You should be resting." The old man looked up and smiled gently. "My son," he replied, "I rest after finishing my work. If I rest before that, I lose both, my time and my peace." Rohan frowned. "But you're so old," he said. "If you had worked smarter earlier, you might have been rich today." The old man chuckled softly. "I was rich once," he said slowly, "but I lost everything. Not because of bad luck, but because I thought like you." Rohan's curiosity grew stronger. He sat beside the man and asked, "What happened?" The old man looked at the sky, as if the clouds carried his memories. Then he began. "Many years ago," he said, "I owned large farmlands. One day the king of our region made an announcement. He declared, 'Every farmer who fills 10 sacks of grain before the first rain will receive 10 gold coins from the royal treasury.' I was overjoyed. I thought, this is my chance to become wealthy. But then I told myself something dangerous. I'll start tomorrow." The old man sighed. Tomorrow came, but I delayed again. I said, just one more day of rest. Days passed, then weeks, and one morning, dark clouds gathered above the village. The wind started howling across the fields. Thunder roared in the distance. Suddenly, fear gripped my heart. I grabbed a sack and ran toward my crops, hoping I could still save something. But before I could even reach the fields, the rain began pouring down like a storm. Within minutes, the soil turned to mud. The crops drowned. The fields flooded. and the opportunity that could have changed my life was washed away before my eyes. The old man's voice trembled. I lost my wealth, my land, my reputation, everything, and all because I believed I still had time. He slowly turned toward Rohan and looked straight into his eyes. My boy, he said quietly, every moment you waste, life takes something from you in return. Those who wait for the perfect time wait forever. But what the old man said next changed Rohan's life forever. That night, Rohan couldn't sleep. The old man's words echoed in his mind again and again. For the first time in his life, he realized something painful. It wasn't that life had been unfair to him. He had been unfair to his own time. So that night, Rohan made a promise to himself. No more waiting. No more tomorrow. The next morning, he woke up earlier than usual. He cleaned his messy room. He made a simple schedule. And he started small. Every morning, he began learning design skills on his old laptop. He started helping his father in the shop. He began reading books. He applied for internships. At first, it was difficult. His lazy mind whispered, just take one break. Just scroll your phone for a while. But every time that thought appeared, he remembered the old man's wrinkled hands, and he said to himself, not tomorrow, now. Slowly, things began to change. The messy room became organized. The half-filled notebooks became full. The same boy who once wasted nights scrolling on his phone now stayed awake learning new skills. Months later, his dedication began to show results. He got his first freelance design project, then another. Soon he got a stable job as a designer. His parents felt proud. His friends admired his growth. And for the first time in years, Rohan respected himself again. One evening, while walking through the same town square, he saw the old man again sitting under the banyan tree, polishing wooden toys. Rohan rushed toward him. Sir, he said with excitement, I kept your words in my heart. You changed my life. The old man smiled kindly. No, son, he said softly. I didn't change your life. Time did. You simply learned how to respect it.